Just before we start the video, here's a random guy drinking some tea. The video contains a lot of spilled tea. Oh, and like the video for a free cookie. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. I hope everyone is doing well. So welcome to Tea This Week, featuring James Charles, Jojo Siwa and Prank Invasion.
Kissing my actual mom prank. Yeah, he made out with his mom. Oh my
God. Christ. Last week I made a video in which I spoke about James Charles charging $500 to meet him on his new Sisters tour. A lot of videos have surfaced on the internet about Jojo Siwa and her alleged apparent scam, charging $5,000 for her meet and greet. But with only a small amount of research, I found out that these tickets were resale tickets, not her actual tickets. It's just another example that people really should investigate before they just jump on the hype train of trying to attack a YouTuber. It's also unwell criticising someone for things they've actually done, but there's another just jumping straight in and making a video on someone when you haven't really investigated to see whether they have or they haven't done these things. It's another case again that you should not make videos or attack people for allegations, and rather you should only talk about these allegations if there's at least some substantiated proof that these could be true. But talking of James Charles, he's actually hit the headlines once again, but this time it's a more of a complex situation and I'm not really too sure, if I'm honest, what to make of it. I really would love it if one of these makeup vloggers or makeup creators will make videos for the subscribers and just live a normal life without creating drama, but it just seems like for some reason every single makeup vlogger is getting in the headlines for the wrong reasons. Now this is a really complex situation, so try and sit back, relax and grab some popcorn, but I'm going to try and simplify it as much as I possibly can. So essentially it starts off with a YouTube username called I'm Gage. Now I can't remember the exact title of the video, but it was something along the lines of what happened between me and James Charles. But essentially in this video he speaks about how he initially was talking to James, he told James that he was straight, James apparently carried on progressing to try and speak to him despite the fact that Gage said to James that he was straight, and James asked him to go to Coachella, and then Gage said no a few times, and then James kept blocking Gage for a bit, and then eventually Gage said to James, yes, I'll come to Coachella, and that was that, and Gage apparently felt pressured. And in this video he basically goes on to the fact that he felt that James was being disrespectful, James wasn't really listening to him, and James just stepped over the line. And that was the initial tea, shall we say, and people really only had that side of the story. But then more information started to emerge. In the video, Gage only spoke about tweets, but he never really mentioned the DMs that happened in terms of the actual content. He never released the content of the DMs. And when these DMs were released, and the messages between James and Gage were released, the story, like any other story, had two sides. These are the leaked DMs between Gage and James Charles. I'm not going to read the whole thing, so if you want to read it then pause the video, but basically James tells Gage that he felt like he was being used for followers. James also claims that he has heard Gage try and use others for followers too. Gage is then accused by James of being very selective of when he wants to be seen with James. Gage denies both of these. James also claims that they kissed and cuddled, and Gage didn't act like he was straight at all at Coachella. Of course, all of this, which Gage then denies. But so he starts off eating, like it's so annoying. This video is so annoying from the fact that, like, from the absolute off, he's eating whatever, like crisps, I don't know what it is, but he's just eating. It's just annoying. Like, watch the video.
Alrighty, here we are. We're back. It's been a minute. I made you guys wait a little longer than you wanted to. I need to get this right.
Okay, basically, all in all, the video he made is boring. I've kind of explained what goes on, but as you can just see, even his expression is not like that serious. Like, in a video in which you were apparently, you know, if someone had treated you badly, I feel like someone would be a little bit more serious than eating food while making a kind of casual video. But that's just my take on it.
Wait a little longer than you wanted to. I need to get this right.
The video that Gage made was very up in the air. It was very like inconclusive. A lot of things he said didn't really make sense.
Because as you all know, this person 99.9, maybe even 100% of the times goes after heterosexual men. I told James I wasn't interested in any of that. We then stopped talking for a while. He had to shoot a video in New York City for a bit, but I was in school. He came here. He wanted to hang out. I told him I was busy. His flight got delayed, so then he saw this as a perfect opportunity to hang out, even though I told him I was busy. He then proceeded to get mad at me for not clearing my schedule to meet up, hang out, get food, chill, whatever, talk. He's not an idiot. He knows he's going after straight boys, and he just continues to lead himself on, I guess you could say. He was aware how I felt about him. He constantly kept telling me while we were hanging out at Coachella that he appreciated that I was always 100% honest with him. In between a week or two, I was like blocked. So then invited me to Coachella, and I denied the first time he asked me. I denied both times he asked me. He asked me like one day, and the next day after he asked me again. I said no. So we didn't talk for probably 2 weeks. I then got in contact with him again after a few weeks and told him I did want to go to Coachella.
Now, it's a known thing that James Charles goes for heterosexual males, as in straight males. It's a known thing that he goes for males that are interested in girls. But my opinion on this James Charles situation is pretty clear. James, don't go for straight guys. Be respectful. If someone says they're straight, don't try and cross over the line. My message for you, Gage, is this. You knew James goes for straight guys, but yet you still ended up meeting him, you still ended up kissing him, you still ended up going to Coachella with him. You knew what you were doing. It does kind of feel, this video, that you're just climbing for clout, so just stop. Does anyone remember not too long ago when Prank Invasion made that video in which he kissed his sister? Apparently, it was just weird. I was going to make a video on it, but all this has happened since. But guess what, guys? I thought that was it. I thought he won't get any worse. He's not going to do anything worse, is he? No, he's just done something even worse than before. So firstly, he went and kissed his sister. That caused an outrage. That was weird. That was creepy. But guess what? He's now gone and kissed his mum. Kissing my actual mum prank. Oh Christ. I find it weird how like he starts the new controversial video with news articles of the last controversial video. It's just obvious now he's just trying to like get in the news again. I don't know if I would trust this guy walking my dog up the hill, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
My kissing my sister prank video. I'm gonna kiss my mom. It feels so weird to say that, but it's going down. But only
bloody heck, is he recording on like a potato or something? I mean, what? He's got all this money and he's recording on like some 2005 camera. Like,
get my normal camera charged in time. This is what I normally shoot with. Really nice.
and look, he's got a camera. Why doesn't he use that camera to record?
Before we get into the video, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to my sponsor, Oofy Shoes. They make the most amazing, high quality, undetectable elevator shoes.
They just look like normal shoes, mate. I mean, can we get into the video? I don't care about these shoes. Move on.
She's always doing something, and I'm gonna ask her to kiss me. Actually, I don't even know if I'm gonna do it. This is my mom. I am nervous.
All right, hopefully my mom is done with the dishes. Let's go see if she's finally free for me to ask her to play a quick game for a quick kiss.
All right, you guys, if you can, I don't want her to catch me. If you can see my mom right there, I'm gonna wait right here until she's done with the computer and maybe pop the question. Guys, I'm whispering because my mom is literally right.
It's definitely not weird, like, just walking around your house, recording your family members. I mean, he started with his sister. He's moving on to his mum. Maybe next week he'll do his dad or his granddad or someone else. I hope this is the end. I hope he doesn't actually kiss her in this video, because I might just actually be sick.
Maybe.
You know what, I reckon this guy is actually so weird that if his mum went to the toilet, he would film her outside waiting for her to finish doing something.
I'm not gonna record this. I'm gonna put the camera down, but I'm gonna ask her if she wants to play a quick break. Mom.
Yeah.
The video with Caitlin went crazy. It went viral, and I need you to do the quicking with a kiss for me.
No, Christopher, I don't want to do that.
It'll go so viral.
No.
Okay, so she said no, and he actually released an official statement. Okay. That's not weird.
I finally convinced my mom. That conversation was 2 hours. I'm not even gonna lie. Convinced her to come up here and play a quick game for a kiss. This is even worse than kissing Caitlin, guys. Like I was sweating last time. I don't know if you can see. I'm like sweating right now. I'm so nervous. But Mom, I can't even look at you right now.
Right.
All right, here we go. And by the way, this is literally, look in the mirror. I'm shooting this on my iPhone. This was all spur of the moment. My mom was here, and none of the cameras were ready. So it's a shot on my iPhone, doing it for you guys. All right, so rock, paper, scissors. I win, I get a quick kiss.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors. Wait, no, let's try again. Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors. Ooh, I won that time. All right, how are we gonna angle this? Here we go. Belle, you gotta move. You gotta move, Belle. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Oh, I can't even, I need like a blindfold or something.
Uh-huh.
All right, here.
Why is she, like, going for it? Like, you'd think, like, she'd be like, and you know he's a bit of a creep, so of course he's gonna, like, but you'd think that she would be, like, a little bit less, like, reluctant, maybe a bit like, don't want to do this, but instead she's like, yeah, we have viral, yeah, views, kiss for me, kiss for me. It's like, oh, it's just, look, also the dog, like, I think I froze it at the worst point, but it looks like the dog there wants to join as well.
Here we go. Belle's like trying to stop this. Here we go. Oh my God! Oh my God!
That's so weird.
What does that feel like for you as my mom kissing your son?
I feel like you're 2 years old.
But that's it for today's video, guys. I don't really know what to say. I've just had my dinner, but I think I'm gonna throw it up. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember to like it. Remember to subscribe. And yeah, you know, I don't feel well, but if you did enjoy it, that's great. I don't know where I'm going with it. But yeah, until next time, guys, remember, eat all of your vegetables.